All right. We are live. I'm so excited. All right, I'm just going to give it a couple minutes and let some people hop on here. So we're just going to give it a few seconds. Let me add some people. Our guest speakers for tonight. We've got some amazing people come in to share their stories with you. All right, so we're just going to give it a couple minutes and let some people hop on here. We've got two on. Let me see if I can get one more person. Just make sure that they're invited. There we go. All right, so we're just going to give it a couple more minutes. There we go. Get myself all organized here. Giving everybody just a minute or two. I see my girls are on. So those who are gonna be sharing their testimonies and their stories. So they're hopping on right now, so we're getting everything organized. All right. Give you guys just a couple more minutes to hop on here. Let me see there we go, that's probably better. Okay. All right. Hey, Bridget. Yay. Who else we got on here? I think we've got Amanda on here. All right. I'm so excited. Okay. Hooray. Okay, we should be ready to roll here in just a couple of minutes. I hope you guys are getting settled. I hope you're going to get a hot cup of tea and maybe a little snack. I just want to share that I love Facebook events. I love social media. It has really just broadened our horizons. I mean, who would have thought that we could sit here together in all different places all over America and in Canada now and be chatting and just from the comfort of our own home and our PJs and just to have a chance to see each other's faces and talk about something that's really interesting and that we love. And so I'm super excited you guys are here. All right. Forgive me while I switch hands with my phone. Me and my family are actually traveling right now. We have been traveling for about a month, and we are currently waiting in California, outside of San Francisco. It's at Travis Air Force Base, and we're waiting to get a flight to Alaska. So we are kind of stuck here, but we're making the most of it, and we really are enjoying the sunshine. The kids were kite flying today. It's a little windy, but it's like perfect. So we are kind of all over the place, so I don't have my usual setup, so I'm going to be switching hands back and forth, so bear with me here. All right, well, I just want to welcome everybody. I'm thrilled that you're here and that you're sharing part of your Tuesday evening with us. We can't wait to get started and chat about Plexus. I hope you have a hot cup of tea and are cozy and are ready for us to just share some wonderful stories of health and some great information about these products. All right, I am currently sipping black tea. This is, my black tea with raw sugar, and I've got a couple drops of lemon essential oil in there. So if you don't have a hot cup of tea or something yummy to drink that you enjoy in the evening, go do that. You're gonna want one. So, all right, let's dive in. Our first guest is a great lady. I say this all the time about her, and I'm going to say it again. Tony is such an inspiration to me. I'm thrilled that you have the opportunity to hear a little of her story. She is going to share, she's going to share with you about our foundational supplements, the Triplex, which includes Slim, ProBio 5, and BioCleanse. So I am going to hop on here, and I'm going to get Tony on camera. And then Tony's going to take it away.
Ah, there you are.
There she is. Hooray! There you are, Tony. All right, girl, take it away. It's all you.
Okay. All right. So, like you said, I'm going to be talking about the Triplex, which is a system that works in 3 ways to store, remove, and rebalance your body to get your gut back into balance. It's a supercharged boost that your gut needs to attack the health changes from the inside out, which is what attracted me to Plexus to begin with. I've always been interested in healing the inside out. I don't believe in band-aids and quick fixes. It's not the way I've done my health. Anyway, so the first is we're going to start with remove with the bio cleanse, and it helps to cleanse the gastrointestinal tract, to reduce gas and bloating and discomfort. It promotes regularity, which some people can hold up to 30 pounds of waste in their tract at one time, which is a lot. And it removes harmful bacteria and substances, and leaves occasional constipation. So I've always been interested in gut health, not always, a long time. And I've done cleansing fasts, which are actually kind of painful and hard, and they last for a long time. Your gut goes back to its normal balance, the way it was. So it's a lot of hard work for a short amount of fix. Anyway, the next one is Restore with ProBio 5. And this helps to keep your yeast your intestinal yeast in balance. It supports a healthy intestinal tract. It supports a healthy digestion. It improves a natural response to imbalances, and it promotes a healthy gut counts and pH levels in your gut, and delivers 2 billion CFU per capsule.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a lot. And I guess we need a lot because there's actually more bacteria on our body than we actually have cells. So yeah, that's incredible. So like I was saying, I was doing the cleansing fast, and they don't last long. So you have to continually do them because it wasn't replacing my good bacteria, and it wasn't really getting rid of the bad bacteria that is hard to get rid of. So what's really cool about this is that my immune system is pretty doggone good right now. I just got done granny sitting in Seattle, and where everybody was on their third bout of really bad colds and fevers, and I don't even have a sniffle, not one. I'm feeling fantastic right now. And like my one of my daughters has, since junior high, had a constant issue with respiratory infections and bronchitis, whatnot, and always going on antibodies for 2 to 3 times a year. And a couple of years ago, she was on 3 antibiotics back to back to try to get rid of a bad bronchitis. And so she went on the triplex, and she has not had to go on antibiotics one time the last 2.5 years because of her immune system is finally built up. So it's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, okay. So the third step is to rebalance with Slim,
Yes.
which is what I was most cynical about, or skeptical about, because like I said, I don't believe in quick fixes and magic pills. So anyway, it's been clinically demonstrated to help you lose weight. In fact, they did an 8-week double-blind study where the one group took the triplex and the other group took placebo. And the group that actually had the triplex lost 7.2 pounds average, where the other group only lost 0.2 pounds. So it's been clinically proven to help you lose weight. It helps promote a good gut growth of your microbiome, because it has a prebiotic in there. It increases your lactobacillus by 365 times and your bifidobacterium by 290 times, and which contributes to your overall health. And then also increases your Akkermansia, which is amazing. It increases it by 250 times. Now, this is a bacteria that actually helps to improve your metabolism. So if you're wondering why you can't lose weight, because you need to get the right gut bacteria in there, right? And it helps support a healthy glucose metabolism, so you don't get the highs and the lows, the ups and the crashes throughout the day. It keeps you your blood sugar levels steady there. So like I said, I was skeptical about this. and I didn't really notice anything. Everything I noticed is pretty much in retrospect. Although the first thing I noticed was a change in my cravings. Like, I do have a sweet tooth. I love my carbs, but I lost the sweet tooth. And
Wow.
yeah, so like, you know, it's not there for me. I have a couple. I love dates right now. Those are my thing that I'm
And they're good for you.
I need to, but yeah, and then so like my energy, I did a workout. I worked out at a small club 5 times a week, but that was kind of it, and I really wasn't motivated to do a whole lot more. But right now I'm training for my third triathlon. I ran 2 half marathons last summer, and I'm training for a full marathon this year.
Wow.
So, yeah, I've kind of noticed a difference now. It's why I believe in the Plexus products, because it changes from the inside out. It's a permanent change, and it's not a quick fix, but it's something that your body actually needs. So
Awesome. Thank you, Toni.
yeah, you're welcome.
Such great information. I want to say, if you guys are just tuning in and you missed Toni's story, or just the information she was sharing, or you're curious and you want to know more, just comment below, and we can connect you with Toni. You can private message her, and she can share more about how it's helped. So thank you, Toni. I really appreciate all your information. Love it. All right, I'm going to sign her off here.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Toni.
Bye.
So yeah, one thing I just want to share with you guys, and I want to mention this, we are just sharing pieces of our stories here. Each of us could probably write a book about how much Plexus has changed our lives, and how much we love it. So we're just like, this is tip of the iceberg here with our stories and with this information. So if you hear something that you want to know more about, or you just are really curious, just let us know. Comment below, and we'll get that information for you. Okay, next up tonight is Lorene. Y'all, I am thrilled to have Lorene with us tonight. It is late where she is, and she is staying up to share with us a little of her story and talk to us about Vital Biome. Lorene is an amazing mama, and she's a dear friend to me, even though about 95% of our relationship has been on Facebook. And I love her, and I'm glad she is here tonight. So I am going to get Lorene online. Hold on just a second here. Wait. Sorry, let me grab this. Here we go. Add. There we go. Okay. Adding Miss Lorene. Yay! There she is. Hi, lady. All right. Okay. All right, we are ready for you. Can you talk? I don't know if I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, there you are. Okay. When you first got on, I couldn't hear you. So I was like, wait, did I mute her? So, okay, we're ready. Lorene, take it away.
Sure. So Toni did an amazing job on the triplex. And so I'm going to just really briefly, Vital Biome is kind of like my product that I always am like, let me take it, because I can relate to it and what it does so much. So I'm going to just cover the product a little bit first, and then try to share my story without getting too long-winded. And I had to laugh when you said a book, because, yeah, I probably could write a book.
Yep.
So I'm going to just start with a question. Could your gut microbiome be damaged? Now, I had never even thought about my gut pre-Plexus. I had never heard of the word microbiome pre-Plexus. And so just something to think about. The answer might actually surprise you, because our microbiome, which is the good and bad microbes living in and on our body, okay? So it has a huge impact on our health. It's under attack every single day. Our modern diet, our stress levels, poor sleep, environmental assaults, and overuse of antibiotics majorly damage the good microbes, okay, in our gut, which can put our health at a major risk. I'm a statistics and number person, okay, so here's a fun one for you. Actually, 60% of us Americans live in a state of dysbiosis. Again, another word, I'm like, what?
Right.
which just means that they make us mad, right? The bad microbes. Fun tongue twister there. It's late, guys. It's like 10 something here, okay? The bad microbes have actually taken over, which causes our gut microbiome to get out of balance. That's what dysbiosis means. But the good news is that probiotics can actually help restore and balance that. And so when we get that triplex, then we call it the weed, seed, and feed, okay? And so when we're weeding, that is the probio5 going in there, the enzymes in there get rid of the negative bacteria, and then feeding is the slim, and then the seed is the vital biome. It's actually going in there because the probio5 has done its job of eliminating the bad crud, the BioCleanse flushes it out, and now we need to repopulate. And so this one, where the probio5 has like 2 billion CFU, this one has 20 billion live CFU, which is amazing. And they have a special bottle it's in. And they have, during their clinical studies, they proved that the last capsule after 30 days was as potent as the first one, which is awesome. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, which is amazing. It has 8 diverse strains, researched and proven probiotic strains supported by like 279 scientific studies. For those geeks that like this kind of stuff, I'm one of them.
Yay!
Yes. Right. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, 100% vegetarian. It has a delayed release capsule, which means that it actually gets where it needs to go before those live organisms are released. Okay, so it's protecting it from our stomach acid. So just amazing little, scientific tidbits there. But the thing that I never knew pre-Plexus, again, was that 90% of our mood boosting serotonin is actually produced in my gut, not my brain. You think, people that have mental issues or depression or anxiety or anything like that, we think, like, I honestly used to silently, as I'm really ashamed to say this because I had to deal with depression and a little bit of anxiety, more depression myself, about 5 years ago. But I used to just think, get over it, go talk to more people or get out in the sun, just like it's all in your head. Actually, it's in your gut. Yeah. And you can't just get over it. I had to learn that the hard way, and I think the Lord used it to humble me and to help me to actually care about people in a bigger way. That's part of my story. Is I have a lot of other things, but the triplex alone helped tremendously with this, but then adding in the vital biome when it was released almost a year ago now took things up just another notch and just made a huge difference. But before I get into my story, they did clinical studies on this because they wanted something that would help, because mental struggles are such a huge epidemic in America. It's like frightening, the statistics, but we just don't really talk about it. It's like this hushed thing for some crazy reason. We don't need to be ashamed of it. I was, even though I secretly made fun of people. Sounds terrible. But during their clinical studies, they found that physical symptoms from anxiety were reduced by 32% in 30 days. Feelings of sadness were reduced by 25% in 30 days. Anger and hostility. Hello, I was like the angriest mom in the world. I've always loved children, but I got to the point where like my children were scared of me. And it sounds terrible to even have to say this, but like they'd walk past me, and if I would be scolding them, like they would duck, like they thought I was going to hit them in the face, which I never did. But it's like that's how scared they were of me. And I was just like, I need something. It was terrible. I told my husband I needed counseling. He's like, oh, you just need to get out with your friends more. I'm like, no, you don't know what's going on in my head. So that, was a huge one for me. And then anxiety and feeling, let's see here. Oh, placebo. The placebo versus the actual probiotic strains. So that was like barely any change, when they did their study. So my story, that's enough about that, but my story basically is 3 years ago. So I started using the Plexus products April 2015, so it's almost 3 years ago. Crazy, it's hard to believe.
Wow.
I know. That winter was my worst winter yet. So the winter of 2014/2015, I had what I call seasonal blues, where I just felt really cruddy, but it started lasting longer and longer. I was now having issues like pretty much throughout the year. I would have lows and highs. But I got to the point where I was actually debating or planning in my head how to end my own life. And how could I do it that it wouldn't be messy? How could I do it that my husband would find me first? And because I couldn't figure out a non-messy way or a way that my husband would find me first, thankfully I never attempted it. Um, and nobody should ever be at that point in their life ever. I mean, nobody should have to, and the thing that I think bothered me the most is I had a perfect life. Really looking out from the inside, I'm saved. I know I'm going to heaven. I'm a Christian. That right there, I mean, I'd beat myself up just for that fact alone. Like, why am I thinking this way? Why am I feeling this way? My husband loved me unconditionally. I had 4 children at that point. I have 5 now, that were healthy overall. I mean, my second son had some health issues, which is actually kind of what brought me to the more natural route. His story is a whole nother one. But just this vicious cycle of everything's perfect in my life. What is wrong with me? Why am I thinking this way? I need to get over it. Then I'd have good days and I'd forget about it. And it was bad. I was really desperate and I was so angry. I mean, just everything just made me fly off the handle. But just the triplex alone helped, like, saved me, literally. And then the Vital Biome was added. They came out with that last year. I added that in, and the quick little story on that one, when we went to convention last year, we drove from Iowa to Arizona, which sounds insane, and it was insane. I had a 2-month-old baby. And she had like some major crying fits because who wants to be in their car seat for hours on end? And so I started crying because I couldn't handle it anymore. And, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have even taken the trip. I couldn't have handled that with a 2-month-old. There's no way. So I was a lot better, but still stressed out. So we got the Vital Biome at convention. So I left all our kids except the baby with my sister in Arizona, drove up to Vegas, went to convention, and I got my little Vital Biome because we were all allowed 1 bottle, all of us ambassadors. So I bought that 1 bottle and I started using it right away. And we came home a week later and she had those crying spells again on the way home, and like I was chill and I was like, okay, this is crazy. And I can tell it's 1 capsule a day, but I can tell if I don't take it.
Yep.
I really can. So I'm going to stop there. I don't know how long it went. I'm sorry. I didn't practice at all.
No.
I've had a really crazy. So.
No, this was awesome. No, Lorraine, your story brings me to tears like every time. But I love it, and I think one of the biggest things that's just so awesome is why we love to do these, why we're here, guys, why we're sitting here on Facebook Live sharing this with you is because we know what these Plexus products can do. They have changed our lives, and in Lorraine's case, they have literally saved her life. So we that's why we're here, and we want to tell people that there's hope. So Lorraine, thank you so much. Thank you for staying up late and for sharing your story with us.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and we will continue with Shannon. We're going to get Shannon on here. All right. Okay. Shannon is also staying up late with us tonight to talk about the X Factor, X Factor Plus, and the children's chewable vitamins. Guys, I've actually never met Shannon in person. She is another dear Facebook friend, but I think she's great. She has an awesome personality and passion to help others. So I'm thrilled she's here with us tonight. So I am going to get her on here. Let me find Shannon. Here we go. I'm adding her. There she is.
Wow.
Yay!
I don't know if I can live up to that introduction. That's quite a build-up.
All right, girl, take it away. You got this.
I just got to tell you, though, first, I nearly started crying when Lorraine was talking just now because
yes,
so much of what she said is a huge chunk of my story, too. I mean, some of it was identical. I mean, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it wasn't just me. Because, when you're there, you feel like you're going crazy, and, you feel like you're so alone in that.
Yeah.
And you question everything. Am I a bad mother? Am I really right with God? Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about X Factor, which was a huge, it's one of my faves. It is one of my favorite products, and it was one of my 2 favorite products from the very beginning. I was diagnosed with a peptic ulcer when I was 13. And so I had major stomach issues all through my adolescent years, my 20s, into my 30s. And we signed up for Plexus with the intention of helping my son with some issues. We were also going the natural route because been there, done that. I went ahead and got the double on the welcome pack where you get the double triplex and you get a bonus X Factor bottle.
Right.
And I've never really been good. You know, even back in my young swimmer and swim coach days, I've never been good about taking vitamins. I always just relied on what I was eating, and you know, that's good, but you don't always get everything you need because of bioavailability, etc. Well, I got the double triplex, and I decided I'm going to take it too, along with him, and see what I can do for myself. Try to start my weight loss journey, maybe, and that's all I was really thinking for me was handle my short-term memory problems and weight loss. Excuse me. So I started taking that. I started taking the X Factor because I have it. Why not? And after about a month, I noticed that I wasn't having some of the same issues that I've been having for years. And when I say that, I mean there were many nights at 3 a.m. in the morning, or 3 a.m., same difference, where I'd wake up my husband crying. I'd crawled down off the bed and was on the side of the bed on my knees because, you know, every position hurt. I felt like I'd had a gunshot wound to the middle of my gut, or at least how I imagine it to be. And, you know, I'd say, please take me to the ER, Doug, please, honey. And he said, honey, why am I going to take you? He said, they're not going to do anything for you. He said, you know how this goes. We go through this every time. Why did you eat that thing tonight? You know? And, you know, I ate a bell pepper or something. And it was just, I had to endure it. I had to endure it. I'd take like 4 Zantac, ridiculous amounts of Zantac. I'd be chugging anything I could, milk. I'd go and I'd lay in the bathtub in warm water to try to loosen up those muscles to get the acid to move along. And, you know, it was just sit and endure the heck that I had to. Well, what I noticed about a month and a half after doing it is that I wasn't experiencing that anymore. And another month goes by. Honey, I think this stuff that I'm taking is like really helping me because I haven't had any issues with my stomach ulcer. So I don't know what's going on. And then I remembered something, that the X Factor has this amazing aloe blend. I think they use like the whole aloe plant or something in it, because I'd listened to this clinical studies call and all the amazing things that it was doing. It increases absorption of vitamins up to 300%, which is a big deal for anyone who knows how vitamins and absorption works. And I was like, it's probably helping my gut too. It's probably soothing it and giving it a chance to heal itself, you know?
Right.
And anyway, so I fell in love with it, and it's one thing that I do not ever want to be without. It also helps me absorb the vitamins that are coming through my food. So then the X Factor Plus came out, and I was just kind of like, really, I love my X Factor. I don't need to try the X Factor Plus. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm selling it now. I need to try it. I need to at least be able to say, you know, my experience. And I took it, and I love it too. I love it too.
Wow.
And I love them both so much because I feel like they do different things for me. I just felt really great, by the way. And my nail, well, you can't see because I just chopped them all off. But my hair, the X Factor Plus, I was like starting to notice that I was getting my old silky hair back that I used to have when I was younger.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy both, and I'm going to take one X Factor Classic and one X Factor Plus a night instead of 2 of either. And I'm just going to best of both worlds.
That's right.
As for the X Factor chewables, which are also awesome, my kids always loved, they liked them in Alaska, what the older ones did. Now I've got 4. And now they have this, you know, the new X Factor chewable, which is tropical flavored, and it has a probiotic in it. And Okay, so I just thought they liked the black currant flavor ones. This is ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
They literally keep sneaking the stinking vitamins out of the medicine cabinet. And something's about to go down because I went to give them their vitamins tonight before coming on here, and it was empty. There were 4 there this morning, and I give them to them at night. Okay, so this is an ongoing problem. So I'm probably gonna have to put a padlock on the medicine cabinet, which I probably should anyway. But anyway, we love it. The kids love it, and the little one, the 3-year-old, she was nursing when I was back in Alaska, and my probiotics, my Probio 5 was going through to her, and she'd had eczema on her cheeks when she was born. Well, I started taking the Probio 5. Her eczema went away. Well, I weaned her off of nursing right about the time we were moving here to Tennessee. And about 2.5 months later, it slowly came back, which says something that just, it took that long to come back even.
Right.
But, so, you know, from far away, she looks like she has adorable rosy cheeks, but up close, it's really bad. Well, I've just started her on the new, and her eczema is going away again. So I'm like,
that's so awesome.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yay.
thanks for letting me talk tonight.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much, Shannon. You rock, girl. Yay, I'm so excited. Kathy. All right. Yes.
Bye. Thanks a lot.
Bye. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Okay, we are going to continue here. Quick little note. The right now, like this second, until the end of the month, you can actually save $5 if you order X Factor Plus and the kids' chewables. So together, order those together, you can save $5. So if you'd like to, as I like to say, take our 60-day multivitamin challenge, this is the time to do it. So take advantage of the fact that we have a 60-day money-back guarantee and give our multivitamin a try. All right, now I am going to get my girl Amanda on here. She is up next, and she is going to chat about a product that I love, Ease. And I just love Amanda's story. And if we had a few hours, I would share with you the crazy way that we became friends. And but Amanda is a dear friend to me, and I wish she could really share her whole story tonight. But for now, just listen to what she has to share and get the details on Ease. So let me get my girl Amanda on here. Okay. And there it goes. Okay. Amanda, you are going to have to request to be on because it's not letting me add you. So if you're listening, let me see if I can try this one more time, but it's not letting me add her. No. Oh, there she goes. Okay. Hooray. Add that. So we're just waiting for a minute. She should pop on here in just a second. And she's going to share a little of her story and all about Ease. Hooray! There she is.
Hey.
All right, lady, take it away.
Hey, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Ease. A quick little backstory on me is that I have had some crazy past experiences. I've dealt with chronic pains for about 8 years, and my pain is due to having 4 of my fingers amputated and multiple surgeries on my right arm. And so this is something that I've been dealing with, trying to, I got off pain pills, I don't know, 4 years ago or something like that, and so still dealing with chronic pain was just a daily issue. And so I started taking Plexus, I think last May. And in that process, I started on the triplex, and I threw Ease into the mix about 3 or 4 months after I started taking the triplex. And it's helped me with the inflammation that I deal with. I have a lot of scarring in my arm, and that scarring is due to a skin graft that I have on my right arm. And the skin graft actually adheres it adhered to the muscle, and so there's a lot of inflammation going on in there. And then on top of it, just having some of my fingers amputated, obviously there's going to be some pain there, you know. So the ease has definitely helped with my inflammation massively. You know, it's also helped me. I was diagnosed with endometriosis about 3 years ago, and I had surgery about 2 years ago. So 1 year in after my surgery was whenever I started taking Plexus, and I was still having massive, massive pain even after I had the surgery. And so just being able to have that not be so constant, you know, the ease is definitely takes so much of the inflammation out of my body. It's been truly amazing. There's a supplement and there's a cream, which I love, that you can do it internally and externally, because like the cream is definitely kind of a quick fix, you know, when things are just getting a little out of hand, you know. The ease is just, I felt like it's been a companion to the rest of the products. The products themselves definitely helped with the inflammation in the rest of my body, but the ease kind of was the icing on top, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just kind of a quick little backstory on me and, you know, what the ease has done for me. There's a few products, or there's a few ingredients in the ease that that are pretty substantial, and one of them is the green lipid mussels. They're actually from New Zealand, and I was reading up a little bit on them, and some of the indigenous there, that's actually how they found out that they were good, because they've been using them for pain management for a long time. So so that's one of the things that they have in there. Another thing that they have in there is bromelain, which is an enzyme from pineapple. And I know when I was going through everything with my hand and my arm, pineapple and strawberries were the two things that I ate a lot of. And I feel like our body actually will crave the things that it needs. And kiwi was another one. And those are things, like there's different enzymes in there that actually help with pain. And so it's just, it was kind of funny because I was reading about it and I'm like, oh, weird. That's one of the things I was craving whenever I was going through all of that stuff. So, and then another one is turmeric. There's turmeric in the ease. So, and if you don't know what turmeric is, just Google it. I know you know what it is, but if anyone else doesn't know what it is, it's just, it definitely helps with the inflammation. It's one of those things that I've taken. Turmeric with black pepper has always been something that I took previous to this. So it has just really helped, I guess, ease my discomfort.
Yes. Yay. Awesome. Thank you, lady, for sharing that information and just a little piece of your story. I love it. So thank you. I'm going to say goodbye to you and get Kanika on here.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Awesome. Awesome stuff. I love these stories of just how Plexus is helping give people their life back. All right. We are going to wrap up tonight with some good fats. And no, I didn't say facts. I said fats. So my girl Kanika is going to share her story, which is pretty darn cool, by the way. And she's going to talk to you about the amazing fats inside Mega X. Seriously, it's going to be awesome. So let me get Kanika on here. I think she's going to have to... Oh, looky there. I can add her tonight. There we go. Awesome. There she is. Hey, girl.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
I'm going to start off by just telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 5, a homeschool mom. And we have a little farm with goats, sheep, chickens, ducks, rabbits, pigs. We have a lot going on here, just like you guys. So I'm pretty busy, you know, just like any other mom. And after about 6 years of milking my goats, what do you have it? My hands start to hurt. And I can't milk my goats as fast as I can, and my hands are killing me. And I don't really want to take a whole bunch of ibuprofen or Tylenol to try to get rid of that pain. So I'm kind of just working through it, you know. And I happened to see my friend post about taking Mega X and how it helped her with her pain. So I'm like, okay, I want
Wow.
to take Mega X too because my Plexus, it hasn't failed me yet. I'm gonna give it a try and see if this can help me with my pain too. So I started taking the Mega X, and guys, my hands don't hurt anymore. And I was super surprised. I'm like, this is an omega supplement. I thought omegas are for like heart health, for brain health. I thought this is supposed to help me with like not having heart attacks and stuff. I didn't realize that it's gonna.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna help me with my pain. So I started looking into it, and
Wow.
I asked here about what's in Mega X. Mega X is from flowers, basically ahi flowers, and the seeds from the flowers are super potent, and they're really high in omega 3. So this really like combats the inflammation that you're having, which causes the pain. So I got some facts here. There's some interesting facts about the ahi flower. So the ahi flower, if you grew 2 acres of ahi flowers and you got all the seeds, you would have about 40,000 sardines. It's that much oil, omega rich oil. It's like the equivalent. That's crazy, right? You don't have to take all this fish
Yeah.
oil and fishy burps. You can just take omega X and it's going to do wonders for you. So, what else is in omega X? You
Yes.
have raspberry seed oil, broccoli seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, pomegranate seed oil, and avocado oil. And the raspberry seed oil has vitamin E in it. The broccoli seed has omega 9 in it. Sea buckthorn berry oil has omega 7, and pomegranate seed oil has omega 5. So you're just covering all the omegas when you take Mega X. And not only is it good for
That's
inflammation,
right.
it's great for your cholesterol. I mean, back to the heart, it's good for your heart. It's good for your brain. So when you take that, Mega X is really helping your whole body from the rooter to the tutor. So if you take the Mega X, you won't be disappointed. Not gonna be disappointed.
That's right.
That's
That's
all I
right.
say about Mega X.
Ah,
It
so
really
awesome.
out. It really did. So I
Yes.
guess I can have my
Yes.
kids
Ah,
go
that's so
work
awesome.
for me now.
Yay. I love it. Thank you so much, Kanika, for sharing that great information about Mega X. I'm biased, but I think we really do have the best omega supplement ever. Ever.
Yes,
So,
so wonderful.
yay. All right. I'm going to say goodnight to you. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah, awesome. Well, this has been such a great night. I love chatting about Plexus and hearing how these products have helped people and changed their lives. It never gets old. It never gets old to talk about. I could chat all night about the benefits and what I love. So now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how do I get this goodness in me? So let me tell you, there are 3 ways to purchase. You can purchase retail, preferred customer, or wholesale. Retail is full price. It's a one-time purchase. Preferred customer is subscription setup, and it's 15% off. And wholesale is subscription setup, deepest discount, and you can earn money back on your own orders and by sharing. So you order online, it delivers 3 to 5 business days, even to Alaska, and we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's it. Easy peasy. I just want to encourage you, reach out to the person that shared this with you, this event with you, to get more details. I encourage you to work closely with your ambassador as you get started on this health journey. This is a lifestyle change, guys. It's a commitment to your health, and I challenge you to stay committed for at least 3 to 6 months. And again, just keep in touch and work closely with your ambassador as you do this. And that will make the biggest difference. Okay, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you have a great rest of your evening and a good night. Bye.